Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of Nobel Prize acceptance speech by Wangari Matthai. Wangari Matthai, the 2004 Nobel Peace Laureate, delivered her Nobel lecture in Oslo City Hall, Norway. She accepted the prize on behalf of Kenya, Africa, and the world, emphasizing the importance of women and girls in leadership roles. The award also gives pride to men and youth, inspiring them to pursue their dreams. Matthai acknowledged the work of countless individuals and groups worldwide who work quietly and often without recognition to protect the environment, promote democracy, defend human rights, and ensure equality between women and men. She urged all who feel represented by the prize to use it to advance their mission and meet the high expectations the world will place on them. Matthai thanked her family, friends, partners, and supporters for their support in shaping her vision and sustaining her work, often under hostile conditions. The Norwegian Nobel Committee has placed the critical issue of the environment and its linkage to democracy and peace before the world, recognizing that sustainable development, democracy, and peace are indivisible. The Nobel Prize laureates, including Presidents Nelson Mandela, F.W. de Klerk, Archbishop Desmond Tutu, Chief Albert Luthuli, the late Anwar el Sadat, and UN Secretary General Kofi Annan have been instrumental in promoting democratic governance, protecting human rights, and protecting the environment. The Nobel Prize recognizes that sustainable development, democracy, and peace are indivisible and has been a focus of their work over the past 30 years. The Nobel Prize laureates' inspiration comes partly from their childhood experiences and observation of nature in rural Kenya, as well as their formal education in Kenya, the United States, and Germany. In 1977, the Green Belt movement was initiated to address the needs of rural women in Africa who are the primary caretakers and primary caregivers. They are often the first to recognize environmental damage as resources become scarce and incapable of sustaining their families. Women in Africa are unable to meet their basic needs due to environmental degradation and the introduction of commercial farming. International trade controls the price of exports and a reasonable income cannot be guaranteed. Tree planting was chosen to address these basic needs as it is simple, attainable, and guarantees quick results. Over 30 million trees have been planted, providing fuel, food, shelter, and income to support children's education and household needs. This activity also creates employment and improves soils and watersheds. Through women's involvement, they gain some degree of power over their lives, especially their social and economic position and relevance in the family. This work continues even today. The work to address poverty in communities has been challenging due to the belief that poor people lack capital, knowledge, and skills. Women are often unaware of the importance of a healthy environment, which can lead to poverty and conflict. To help communities understand these linkages, a citizens' education program was developed. This program helps people identify their problems, causes, and possible solutions and connect them to the problems they witness in the environment and society. The program also highlights the challenges faced by the world, such as corruption, violence against women and children, family breakdown, and cultural disintegration. It also highlights the abuse of drugs and chemical substances, particularly among young people, and the devastating diseases like HIV, AIDS, malaria, and malnutrition related diseases. Human activities such as deforestation, climatic instability, and soil and water contamination have devastating effects on the environment and societies. Participants in these activities realize this hidden potential and are empowered to take action. They recognize themselves as the primary custodians and beneficiaries of the environment that sustains them. Communities also understand the importance of holding governments accountable and exemplifying the leadership values like justice, integrity, and trust. The Green Belt movement's tree planting activities initially did not address issues of democracy and peace, but it became clear that responsible environmental governance required democratic space. The tree became a symbol for the democratic struggle in Kenya, where citizens mobilized to challenge power abuses, corruption, and environmental mismanagement. Trees of peace were planted in Nairobi, Uhuru Park, and other parts of the country, demanding the release of prisoners of conscience and a peaceful transition to democracy. The Green Belt movement empowered thousands of ordinary citizens to take action and effect change, overcoming fear and defending democratic rights. The tree became a symbol for peace and conflict resolution, especially during ethnic conflicts in Kenya. Similar trees were planted throughout the Kenyan constitution to promote a culture of peace. This practice is part of an extensive cultural heritage contributing to habitat conservation and peace cultures. However, the destruction of these cultures and the introduction of new values has led to the degradation of local biodiversity. The Green Belt movement explores the concept of cultural biodiversity, particularly with respect to indigenous seeds and medicinal plants. Good governance is essential for preventing environmental degradation and promoting peace. The state of a country's environment is a reflection of the kind of governance in place, and poor governance systems can lead to conflicts and poor laws protecting the environment. The Green Belt movement explores the concept of cultural biodiversity, especially with respect to indigenous seeds and medicinal plants. In 2002, the Green Belt movement, civil society organizations, and the Kenyan public successfully transitioned to a democratic government, laying the foundation for a more stable society. However, the ongoing devastation of the environment and societies calls for a shift in thinking to prevent humanity from threatening its life support system. We are called to help the earth heal its wound and embrace the whole creation in its diversity, beauty, and wonder. This will happen by reviving a sense of belonging to a larger family of life with which we have shared our evolutionary process. As history progresses, humanity is called to shift to a new level of consciousness, reach a higher moral ground, shed fear, and give hope to each other. The Norwegian Nobel Committee has urged the world to expand democratic space and foster fair societies that allow citizens' creativity and energy to flourish. Leaders, particularly from Africa, should be role models for the next generation of leadership. She also appeals for the freedom of fellow laureate Aung San Suu Kyi to continue her work for peace and democracy. Culture plays a crucial role in political, economic, and social life and may be the missing link in Africa's development. Culture is dynamic and evolves over time, discarding retrogressive traditions like female genital mutilation, that is FGM, and embracing positive aspects. Africans should rediscover positive aspects of their culture, giving them a sense of belonging, identity, and self confidence. She emphasizes the importance of civil society and grassroots movements in promoting change and fostering responsible citizens. They call for governments to recognize the role of these movements in maintaining societal balances and embracing their rights and responsibilities. She also emphasizes the value of economic justice, equity, and ecological integrity over profits. Urges young people to commit to activities that contribute to achieving their long-term dreams as they possess the energy and creativity to shape a sustainable future. She suggests that the holistic approach to the development, exemplified by the Green Belt movement, could be replicated in more parts of Africa and beyond. She has established the Wangari Matthai Foundation, that is a foundation established by her in her name, to ensure the continuation and expansion of these activities. Despite progress, much remains to be done. She recounts their childhood experience of visiting a stream to fetch water for their mother. They played among the arrowroot leaves, trying to pick up frogs' eggs, but their fingers would break. Later, they saw thousands of tadpoles, black and energetic, wriggling through the clear water against the brown earth. This world was inherited from their parents. Over 50 years later, the stream has dried up. The women walked long distances for water. Children will never know what they have lost. The challenge is to restore the tadpole's home and give back a world of beauty and wonder to children. Here she ends the speech. It's a beautiful speech by her. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.